So I was born in Farmington, Utah. I'm the youngest of 4 brothers, okay? And I'm the youngest by 5 years. The neighborhood knew us and we were just little rascals running around, right? And like I said, it was a very tight-knit community where, we waved to our neighbors and we were playing basketball at the nearby courts or swimming at the nearby pool, and all the neighborhood kids were friends. And, as we continued to age and to grow, my oldest brother, he took off to college, and then my second oldest brother took off, then my third oldest brother, and, I was a freshman in high school when I was the only brother still left in the house. It was Valentine's Day of 2012. I was 15 years old. My mother and I had a doctor's appointment, so we left. I didn't go to school that day, right? My dad was home, and then we came back and we found out that my father had decided to take his own life. When I was 7, 8 years old, my father was involved in a few different car accidents. What I didn't know was, years following those accidents and the surgeries, was that he was dealing with a lot of chronic neck and back pain. As time went on, I could tell something was off. The days following, and the time following after my father's death, were very hard for me, as far as my friends were coming up to me and trying to console me, saying that they're sorry. But I was experiencing so much raw emotion that didn't really help. Basically numb to, life, and I didn't really enjoy who I was or where I was going. My mother, took my brothers and I to therapy. I just didn't really know what to do, right? And it was my sophomore year in high school, so I decided to just dive right into baseball. Growing up, I really enjoyed sports, and I think from the age 5 or 6 on, right, I was on a baseball field. Throughout high school for the 2-3 years, that community, my teammates, they were able to support me during that time where I just didn't really know who I was, who I wanted to be, or how I was even able to move on. But when I graduated high school, I decided to serve my church, right? And I went on a 2-year LDS service mission, and I ended up going to Italy, and I soon realized that, what I probably already knew, but a lot of people experience the same thing I was experiencing. And while I already knew that, what I didn't know was talking about it can really, really help not only myself, but the other individual I was communicating with and speaking about. And when I finished my mission, and from that experience, I realized that I can do a lot of good while speaking about my journey and my experience and helping others to do the same. After my mission, and when I started to kind of adapt to life once again, right, normal life as a college student, I realized that the only way to heal was to really look within, to feel those emotions, no matter if they're good or bad, and then to speak about it, to talk about it, and to hear what other people had to say about what they were feeling. And I felt like that really helped my communication and my relationship with my mother and with my friends and family. For the first 15, 20, 25 minutes of each day, I take it to really meditate and to feel the emotions that I'm feeling during that time. And sometimes I wake up and I'm ecstatic about life and I'm happy and I know it's gonna be a great day. But there are some times where I wake up and it's tough. It's tough, and I feel bad for myself, right? But in those moments, I know that I can choose to be happy. And I can look back on my life to see where I was and where I've come, and I can be proud of myself. Growing up, I loved puzzles. And I was creating this puzzle for myself, right? The life I wanted to have with a mother and a father and my family. But when my father passed away, I had to accept that that puzzle was not gonna look like what I imagined it to look like. And I had to realize that some of the puzzle pieces were lost, some of them were shattered, or some of them no longer belonged. And as I went throughout the years, I started to create my own puzzle pieces and started to realize what I wanted the puzzle to look like. And that's what I'm trying to do each and every day, discover what I need or what I don't need in order to create the life I want.